Hi friends, welcome to an invitation. Today I'm here with my friend Chiwoo, also the food and beverage director at my company, and he loves to cook meat. So today I'm inviting you to learn how to do quick and easy proteins for dinner at home with your family or to impress your guests. We have some beautiful strip steaks and some bone-in veal chops. So let's get started. Okay,
good.
What's your favorite?
I like the veal chop.
You like the veal chop. Yeah, I love veal chops, but you know me. I'm a red meat girl, always have been. All right, so we're gonna season these with salt and pepper, okay? And you wanna do a pretty heavy seasoning. I'm gonna cook these separately, so we're not gonna season them. You don't ever wanna season ahead of time. Why do you not, G?
Because the seasoning, the salt, usually draws the liquid out of the meat.
Exactly.
And makes it dry. You don't want to have a dry steak or anything.
So a lot of people marinate and season ahead of time, but if you've got a really high quality piece of meat, you definitely do not want to do that. You want to do it right at the last minute. All right, so you've got your skillet on there.
Very hot.
Is it hot?
Yes, it's very hot.
Okay. All right. So Chi's going to start these. Now, one of the things we do is we start, each of these nice strip steaks has a big fat cap on the back of it. See that? So one of the ways I like to do this, I love the flavor of that, but he's going to put that in the skillet. Look at it. Ooh-wee, doesn't that look good? So what's happening here is the fat is being rendered out of that fat. So this skillet was dry, and if he moves that across the skillet a little bit, you can see now the skillet is no longer dry. It's got a nice fat on it, and we're actually not adding any additional oil to the skillet. We don't need to because we're actually cooking the meat in that. So he's going to hold that. That's good. A little bit more maybe, just another, so not too much longer. Maybe put it on the end down there, yep. It's so much fun for me to teach him what to do. He really knows what to do more than I do practically. So, okay, that's beautiful. Now we're going to put it on the side. And when we start to do it on the side, we're going to go 2 to 2.5 minutes on each side. And that, with a steak about this thick, this is about 1.5 inches thick, that's going to give you a nice medium rare. If you like it a little bit more done, you want to leave it a little bit longer. But I am going to tell you, while that's cooking on that side, don't touch the meat.
I'm sorry.
Now,
I forgot.
What's the deal? Why do we not want to touch the meat?
Because moving it around tends to get a more uneven cook. And
You want that nice crispy
sear.
Caramelization on it.
Yes.
We all do it. We have tongs in our hand and we're chefs and we want to just move it around, but don't touch the meat. Okay, if you do not have one of these at home, you need one of these at home. This is called an instant read thermometer. They sell them in almost every grocery store. They're about $10. This will keep you from burning a lot of meat. So it's instant read, so you don't stick it in there and leave it in there. But when we get close to the end of this, we're going to put it in. For medium rare, we want it to be about 120 to 125 degrees. For medium, you want to go to 130, 135. And one of the things we always try to remind people is when you pull the meat off of the fire, it's going to still cook another 5 to 10 degrees. So you have to be careful. So you think it's been about 1.5 minutes. So let's give it just a little bit longer. Now you can move it.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Okay.
And once we flip it, it's going to cook a little bit faster.
That's right. So we're still going to go. We're going to look at our watch. We're going to go another
2 minutes.
2 to 2.5 minutes. And then we're going to put it on the side and let it rest. You want it to rest for about 5 to 7 minutes before you cut it. Because what that's going to do is it lets it continue to cook, but it's going to keep all of those juices inside. That's beautiful.
It is.
You know, I might keep you as my food and beverage director now.
I hope so.
She and I have worked together for 20 plus years, so
Yeah.
I call him my work husband.
Work wife.
So while that's cooking, I'm going to start talking to you about these veal chops that I'm going to cook. So these are beautiful bone-in veal chops. They're just as easy to cook as a strip steak. These are my 2 go-to proteins when I'm trying to impress my guests or if I just want to have a great date night meal at home. My boyfriend loves veal chops and he loves steak, so you know, you can win any man's heart with a nice piece of meat. But I will show you the difference in these. So this is a veal chop when it's just been cut, and you can see it's still got a fair amount of fat on it. You can ask your butcher to do this. So they have Frenched this one, which means they've taken all the meat off the bone and they put a nice little string around the middle and kept all of the meat inside, so you can see the difference. There's nothing wrong, you can absolutely cook this, but when you have a French piece of meat, the meat is all nice contained, so it cooks very evenly and beautifully. And while Chi is finishing up that steak, I'm gonna go ahead and season this. We're gonna season it exactly the same as we did on our steak. I'm just gonna do some salt and pepper on both sides. And we're gonna rub it in a little bit. This is pretty thick, so I'm gonna make sure it's got some seasoning on the sides. Okay, now on this, you'll see there is not a fat cap. So if you were gonna cook this, we're gonna cook it right after the meat, so we've got some fat in the skillet. But if you were gonna do this, what I like to do is take some olive oil and drizzle it on here, and we'll just rub that in so it's got a nice coating on it. And you can do this before or after the seasoning, it doesn't really matter. But then you can see that's getting it all nice and in there. And now it's ready to go on the grill. Okay.
That's beautiful, Liz.
How are we doing over there?
Let's take a look.
Let's pull it off.
Oh,
Let's
look
take a
at that.
temperature reading on it.
That is perfect.
Oh, that looks terrible. You can't have that.
Look at that. That is...
All right, so when you do a temperature reading, what I do is I hold it up to the side and I'm gonna put the thermometer in right into the middle. It looks like it's still a little bit on the rare side, which is okay. So we're getting about 100 degrees right now, which is still a little bit rare. So we're gonna put this back in for a little bit. And it's better to check it. And if it's a little bit rare, you can always cook it some more, rather than once it's cooked too much, you can't uncook it. So we're gonna let that go maybe another minute on each side, you think?
Yes.
And then we'll go from there. You know, when we come back later in the video, I'm gonna tell you about bone-in versus not bone-in. But right now I want to talk to Chi about the grades of meat. So when meat is graded, we always see in the store prime, and then choice, and then select, right? So when meat is graded, the whole cow is graded. So they have to grade the whole cow. So if it's prime, the whole cow has to be prime. But I always say when you have a really great cut of meat, such as a New York strip or a tenderloin or even a ribeye, right? You're fine with choice. You do not have to get prime. You can if you want it and want to spend the money. That's totally fine. Yeah. But usually the choice is...
Yeah, choices...
Don't you buy that at home? That's what I buy from home.
That's usually probably where a lot of people buy, because that's where the prices are more reasonable. Sometimes prime can be very expensive.
So it's a good thing to know. So this is a choice strip steak, and it's all about the marbling in the meat. But on the quality of meat that this is, you're still going to have some beautiful marbling. All right, what do you think? So we flip it over, and then we'll give it a try again. Oh, look. Getting that nice char on the outside. Now, if you don't like it charred like that, you can take it at this point and put it in the oven at 400 degrees for about 10 minutes and finish it that way. I personally love that char, but some people don't, so that's completely up to you. How you like it. You can give the sear on the outside and then finish it in the oven. Okay, Chi, should we try it? Let's give it a whirl. You done another minute on each side, right?
That sounds good.
All right, so here I'm going to put this in. All right, let's let it give it a minute to register. So it's looking good.
Almost there. I think if we let it rest, it should be fine.
Okay, we're about at 118, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so let's just leave it on the board and we're going to let it rest. It should be perfect by the time we're ready to eat it. And now we're gonna cook this beautiful baby. All right,
let's do
now
this.
you're gonna need a little oil in your skillet too, as well, just because we don't have much fat on this veal chop. There you go, that's perfect. Just put it right down.
Oh,
beautiful.
Look at that. This is so easy and so fun.
So, the greatest thing about this is you can do this at the last minute. You can get home, you can get your table set, you can do whatever vegetables you want to do. We're going to make some wilted spinach in a minute to go along with these dishes. But this is so simple and easy. It's a great date night dinner. It's a great dinner for your family, or if you're trying to impress somebody, it's extremely impressive to serve them this beautiful meat. Now, I will tell you that these are big pieces of meat. This is about a 14-ounce strip steak, and that's about a 14-ounce veal chop. So I would split this with somebody. Most people can't eat that much, but if you've got a friend in your life that eats a lot, then you give them one and you serve yourself one. I don't know about you. You might eat the whole thing.
I might. It just depends.
All right, so we're going to do the same thing on the veal chop. We're going to go about 2 to 3 minutes on each side to let it get nice and caramelized. Bone in or bone out?
Always bone in.
Why?
Because with the bone means more juice, more flavor. All the flavor that gets cooked from the bone usually goes into the meat when it gets cooked.
Well, can you do a bone-in strip?
You can. You can.
You can. It would be really good, wouldn't it? Or a bone-in ribeye. Those would be really good. But you don't have to do bone-in if you don't want to. But it is.
It has, it's a different flavor, but it's still good. It just depends on what your style. Some people don't want the hassle with a bone.
Right.
Which is understandable. And some people just, like me, like to eat the bone with my hands at the end of the meal.
So what about you? Are you a bone-in or a bone-out person? Now, my next question is, cast iron skillet or barbecue grill?
For me, cast iron skillet.
Why?
Because all the rendered fat and oils gets basically cooked back into the meat, where the barbecue is usually it drips into the fire and you lose that flavor, and I kind of love that oil. And usually after I'm done cooking the steak, I usually use that oil, whatever that's rendered, to make something else like a sauce or something.
Yeah, which we're going to do. We're going to put a little butter in there and make a little butter sauce with a little Worcestershire to finish it with, and that's one of the things you can do with a cast iron skillet that you can't do on the barbecue pit. Now, when you do it on a barbecue pit, it gives you that kind of smoky flavor.
Yeah, that too. That's.
But I really like to do it in the cast iron skillet too, because I like these nicer pieces of meat to have sort of that delicate flavor to them rather than the smokiness. Yeah. Now, I love to put like a big ribeye on the grill, or burgers or brisket and things like that on the grill. Even a whole beef tenderloin on the grill is good. But it's just a totally different flavor component. Okay, what are we thinking? That's been about 2 minutes maybe, right?
Let's flip it over. Look at that. Oh, my Lord, look at that.
I'm glad you said you wanted this, because I'm having that.
Hey, wait a second. When did I say that?
Oh, yeah, you said you wanted that, right? I'm having this. Okay, well,
we can share.
We can share. Isn't that nice of you? We can share. Okay, so Chi, you've had it, what, 2.5, 3 minutes?
2.5 minutes, yes.
And he likes to use he touches it to see if it's, see, it's got a nice, it's still coming back, but it's about medium rare.
Yeah.
So I like veal to go a little bit closer to medium. That's just me personally. You can still have medium rare, but I like my steaks medium rare, my veal about medium. So what do you think? You think it's about ready? You want to flip it one more time and see?
Let's take a look. Whoa, it's a runaway.
Look at that nice crispy caramelization there. All right, so we're going to just put that here. And then we're going to make a little sauce in our skillet. Yeah, I think we're good.
I think it's good.
Pull it out. All right, yummy. All right, so what we've done is we've got the skillet. I usually just leave it off, to be honest with you. I turn it off, and then I'm going to take, so we've got a lot of good flavor in this skillet with some of the oil, and I'm just going to put some butter in here, like that. A little butter, a lot of butter, right?
Oh, that's nothing.
Okay, now you want to stir that up. And then one of my favorite sauces is just get all the scrapings off the bottom, right?
Let me get all the good stuff. All right.
And then I'm just going to, this is about a couple of tablespoons of Worcestershire.
Oh.
And it's just, this was one of my daddy's favorite sauces. Just add the nice little zest to it. Oh, yummy. Okay. Now we've got that. Now we're going to do the wilted spinach, and I'm going to show you how quickly we can do wilted spinach. We're just going to take some paper towel. Oh, we can do it. We can do it in that one. It's fine.
Okay.
All we're going to do is just wipe that out a little bit. And again, this just makes a nice, easy, fast, quick dinner. You don't have to get it all out, but with just a little bit. All right, we're going to turn this back on low. All right. Now, that looks like a whole lot of spinach. But when you cook it,
it won't be.
It won't be. All right, so you ready?
I'm ready.
So when you do wilted spinach, all there is a little oil in the bottom of this pan, and we're going to put it in, and we're going to cook it. It's going to take very little time to cook. I'm just going to show you. I'm going to put it in there, and as it starts to get hot, it's going to come to almost nothing. And he's going to just flip that and turn it a little bit. I'm going to season it with just a little bit of salt. A little bit of pepper. Okay, it's already started to come down. So you can see as it starts to get hot, it starts to wilt. And I don't want it completely cooked, sauteed. I just like it to be kind of wilted. And then I'm going to give it just a touch of olive oil. And then we're going to go ahead and now I'm going to turn the fire off. Now look, that is so easy. You can do this at home. Trust me, that is so easy. A bag of baby spinach, salt, pepper, and a touch of oil. You can do it. All right, now just put a little bit on the plate here. Not a lot, just a little. Okay, maybe a little more. See how he is? Okay, that's perfect. Now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead. We've taken it off the fire. Once you just move that skillet. And then I'm going to start and I'm going to slice the strip steak. Beautiful.
Oh, it's perfect.
So this is one of the things I love to do with strip steak. Go ahead and cut it into small pieces. It's not so overwhelming for people to see on their plate. So we're going to just put this
nice on the plate, right?
I am. I'm going to just slide this. I'm going to put it right on top of that spinach. Look at that. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut a little bit of this veal chop. Now, see, this is a little bit more done. Isn't that beautiful? And now everybody gets a taste of all of these. I'm going to put this on this side. And then we're going to take just a touch of that sauce and you're going to drizzle it over the steak. I don't like it on the veal. I like it just on the steak. Beautiful. Perfect. And now look at it. That's a gorgeous plate. Beautiful. And now you have this gorgeous plate. Good job.
Thank you.
You act like you know what you're doing.
Well,
every now and then, right?
I had a good teacher.
Okay, friends, look at this beautiful plate that we've created. We have New York strip steak, medium rare on this side with a little bit of Worcestershire butter sauce. We have a beautiful medium veal, center cut veal chop over here over some wilted spinach. Great meal. You can do one, the other, or it's really fun to do both if you're trying to impress people. So now let's see what it tastes like. What do you think? So we start with the beef.
Yes, I can't
Start with
wait.
the beef. We'll each get a little piece. Go from there, and then we're going to taste the veal. Well, the flavor is so good, Chi. Really, really good flavor. Nice caramelization on the outside, right?
The sauce is good too.
All right. And here's our veal chop. You can use a sauce with the veal chop, but I just think the veal chop is nice and clean just like it is.
Oh, that's food
It's
choice.
so tender, isn't it? Mm. Really, really good. Friends, we're glad you joined us today to learn how to make these wonderful, easy dinners, date night dinners, friend dinners, whatever you want to do. Remember, enjoy cooking, enjoy entertaining, but most importantly, enjoy the experience. Cheers. Until next time.